if you are having gut symptoms and the doctors don't know what's wrong with you and they're not taking you seriously, then you need to watch this video. I've helped many people who have gone through this. And at the end of this video, go sign up for my free webinar. It's better than most paid programs out there, and it shows you step by step what I did to get better. This is my 13-day protocol. It's like a mini version of this. So, it's kind of hard to see what's going on inside the gut. It's kind of like this black box, and you might have symptoms one day and then they sign you up for a colonoscopy 3 months later, and then that 3 months later you just happen to not have symptoms that day and they check you out and everything's fine. So I help people get better with something called GNM, which is German New Medicine. And it's not like a pill that you take, it's just a different way of looking at your body. And so essentially what it states is that all disease starts after a traumatic event, and our subconscious mind puts an organ into overdrive to help us combat that conflict. And so in this case, with this, I would have to talk to you to be like, oh, is it this type of pain or that type of pain in your stomach? Oh, is your diarrhea green and yellowy and foamy and burnt? Like, I have to ask certain questions to figure out what organs are involved. But the way he diagnosed things was awesome. You can learn so much just by somebody describing their symptoms. But the ultimate diagnosis tool for Dr. Hammer was to look at somebody's brain CT scan. He like mapped out every single disease in the brain. It was absolutely amazing. So a lot of the times when he was working with people, he would just look at their brain CT scan and be like, oh wow, something big happened here, and help them work it out. But the first step that I take you through is learning the basics about German New Medicine, stuff like that, but grabbing a piece of paper and making your timeline. When did your symptoms start and what was stressing you out when your symptoms started? Like, figuring out that one thing is big, and not just like, oh, I was fighting with my girlfriend. It needs to be like, oh, on that day she threw a plate at my head. That was the shocking moment. Yeah, that you guys had a conflict for years, but your symptoms didn't start until she threw a plate at your head. Wow, that's just such dirty crap. I can't believe she would do something like that to me after all I've done for her. What crap? Oh, you're talking about crap? Okay, I'm going to put your colon into overdrive. Oh, you can't. So, again, I'd have to know exactly what's going on to tell you, like, proper what conflict it is, but, like, that's the approach we need to take. And then we just weed out PTSD triggers. And that's what my 13-day protocol does, is it helps us rewire our brains. We are nothing but a collection of memories. One bad memory, put your gut into overdrive. We need to find that memory and change it enough so it no longer becomes a traumatic memory, and we move it out of the subconscious lizard brain. Like, that's the brain surgery we need to do to have the brain stop putting the gut into overdrive. The brain controls the gut. That's how we get back to our normal lives. I mean, 140. I weighed I'm 210, 200 pounds right now. When I did weird fasting stuff, God, I wasted all my whole 20s doing weird health stuff. I weighed 140, 145, but I on average weighed about 155. And when I did testosterone, I think I got up to 160, 165. But when I started German New Medicine, I was doing it horribly. I was just suppressing my conflicts instead of like actually dealing with them. And all my food intolerances went away the first month, and I probably gained 10 pounds, 15 pounds in the first month. And by the end of that first year, and I didn't have my program at that time, and my knowledge of this stuff was very limited. I'm 200 pounds, 210 pounds. If I ever went below, 170, I'd be shocked. Where, 170, I thought was like, I thought I was going to have to work really hard for it. Like, oh, I'm going to have to eat protein shakes with a shovel and and work out every day. I didn't work out at all. I didn't take any creatine. I didn't take any whey. And before that, for years, I was taking all the supplements. I literally couldn't get above 160. And I've done this over and over and over and over and over again with people. Even when people were still having symptoms, were having diarrhea like 2 or 3 times a day, I still got them to gain like 20, 30 pounds. I don't have the testimonials on me right now, but if you go watch my webinar, I show you all the testimonials and I show you all the case studies. It's absolutely free. It's on the bio link.